had already done the heptathlon, and I was going into my finals for the 400, and I was completely nervous, couldn't control my nerves. And I get into the blocks, you know, everyone's set, we're all up, and I had to like hurry up and stand up, throw my arm up, and I was like, wait, you know, I put my blocks wrong, like I'd put the wrong foot in front for my race, and you know, obviously in the hurdles you have to have the right foot in front, and I felt really embarrassed because people were probably looking at me going, and she made it to here, and she doesn't even know what foot she puts in front first, so it's like embarrassed at the same time and just nervous. After that, you kind of calm down, and you know, then you get in and things feel right, and you're like, okay, just breathe, take a big deep breath, and then you go again, and yeah, things worked out, but up until that point, I was just so nervous that I couldn't, like, you know, think right.
Actually, now that you talk about that, last March I traveled to New Zealand to do a race and made the mistake of getting to New Zealand about a week prior to my race. And this was going to be the big race it's what I trained for, well, almost 2 years. I had focused for it, and I'm in a hotel trying to watch television. And by the time race morning came, I was tired of being in New Zealand. I wasn't up for the race anymore. I mean, that was, you know, probably there when I was 2 days after I arrived, I wanted to go race. And, you know, by the time it had been a week, I was feeling kind of low. Now it was, oh, I've got to go race. I'm not, oh, let's go out and go after it. But I think, you know, had I planned my trip better, I probably would have been much more fired up from the beginning, rather than trying to get excited by people being around. And it was sad that I had to rely on those methods rather than having it come naturally from inside.
Mm-hmm.
Stress control is an important mental skill for athletes. Stress relates to the physical energy level in the body. When you have stress control, you're able to adjust the stress level to the demands of the performance. Top athletes do it automatically. Other athletes, especially under pressure, go out of a quality energy state. In this program, what we're doing is showing several different methods that athletes can use to adjust their stress level. This is stress regulation or stress control. The target that athletes are aiming for is their peak stress level. Athletes can learn methods to adjust their stress so that they can hit their target.
Hello, Coach.
Hi. Those 2 athletes I told you about are here today. Andy's over there.
Oh, yeah.
He's kind of a low-key guy. His energy level is low before his races. I think he needs to raise that before he runs.
Sounds like he could benefit from some psyching up procedures.
You're right. With Laura, it's the opposite. Laura's the runner right over there. She's hyper, especially before her big events.
Sounds like she could use some relaxation methods in order to calm down.
You know, top athletes seem to be able to get the right energy level when they need it. In endurance events like the marathon, they seem to be able to conserve that energy. Where in explosive events like the field events, shot, discus, javelin, or even in the sprints, they seem to be able to call on that explosive energy when they need it.
Other athletes can learn to have control over their stress level and energy level. Laura can learn some relaxation methods in order to bring her stress level down. And Andy can learn some psyching up procedures in order to feel more energized and intense.
Let's try that with them.
The first step in gaining control over stress is awareness. The athlete has to learn about his or her reactions to stress. This process is called stress detection. You're both going to learn some methods for dealing with pressure. To begin, I want you to use this chart in order to monitor your reactions. All you have to do is indicate the symptoms that you experience under pressure. We have the days of the week going across the top of the chart, and down this side are the reactions that could be experienced when you're feeling pressure.
So we fill this out every day?
Right. Whenever there's a sports-related situation and you feel pressure and the physical feelings of stress, that's when you fill it out.
Identifying your reactions in the early stages helps you to control your stress response.
How you doing? I need to check off your name here.
It's right there.
Okay, thank you very much. This is your number. Have a good time. Okay, good luck.
Stress is an automatic, wired-in physical reaction to danger, demand, or threat. Stress is this charged-up state of activation. Responses to stressful events consist of a whole array of reactions. Physical indicators are bodily responses, such as increased heart rate, increased respiration, and sweaty palms. In stressful conditions, worry and concern may intensify to fear and anxiety or to panic.
Keep rummaging, keep rummaging. Where is that?
Where's the bib is?
Yeah.
Think of your own responses to stressful events. Do you have heart palpitations and feel muscle tension? Do you get clammy hands and feel butterflies in your stomach? Some athletes respond to pressure with predominantly mental symptoms such as irritability, confusion, forgetfulness, and a lack of concentration. By using a checklist and monitoring your reactions, you become aware of your stress and anxiety reactions, including the earliest signs. This helps you to recognize when stress and anxiety start to build.
Yeah, see that guy trip?
Do you mind? Could you keep it down a little? I'm trying to get ready for a race.
Sorry about that, yeah. Okay, yeah. Yeah, you fell right on his face. What?
Monitor your reactions to pressure over a period of 2 weeks. When you experience a stressful event, record your reactions on a chart by marking each item that you experience.
What are the main physical stress symptoms that you experience under pressure? And note their intensities as well. What are the main mental emotional reactions you experience under pressure? And note the intensity of these symptoms.
Knowing your specific reactions to stressful situations helps you regulate your stress response.
I see how it's done. It's like tuning into different sensations and reactions connected to stress, and then recording those reactions.
Right. That tuning in process makes you aware of stress, and the awareness is what allows you to change the stress process.
If, before a competition, an athlete experiences increased heart rate, increased respiration, sweaty palms, and butterflies in the stomach, are these reactions good or bad, helpful or a hindrance for performance? To interpret the information from stress detection requires a reference point. The key reference point is the athlete's peak activation level. Activation is the stress level, the level of physical energy and intensity at which a person is operating. Peak activation is an optimal level of activation, a level that corresponds to a maximum performance level. Athletes want to be in a psyched-up, activated state, while still having the physical and mental control that produces their best performance. Athletes need to be able to target and move into their optimal zone of stress, the level of energy and activation at which they perform their best. As a competitor, identifying the level of activation associated with performing well is critical. By monitoring your responses over a series of competitions, you should be able to answer the question, what is the response pattern I experience when I perform my best?
Okay, and to answer that question, I look at my races and rate my performance. When I rate a race with a 3 for high performance level, I look to see what my stress state was for that performance.
Right. Now you know something about your stress level, monitoring it, and also determining your peak stress level. Next, we take a look at methods that you can use to change the stress process. Sometimes your target zone can seem like it is a long way away. Your aim needs to be careful and precise. Each athlete has to adjust his or her stress level. You have to know where your stress level is in relation to the target zone. Laura's stress level tends to be over the mark, higher than what it should be for her to run her best races. She is going to learn relaxation techniques to bring her stress level down to the target level. You know that you're here to learn a couple of different techniques. To start with, tell me how you feel before a race.
Well, I usually feel tense and I worry about different things. And I get real nervous, especially if it's before a big race.
Relaxation methods are regulatory tools. By learning relaxation, you can bring that stress level down. The first method that we're going to learn here today is called Breathing 333. Breathing is often the method of choice by athletes because it's very effective as a relaxation practice and it's very easy to learn. In Breathing 333, you have 3 sets of breaths. In each set of breaths, there are 3 breaths. The first one, you breathe in deeply and diaphragmatically and exhale completely. Let's go through it. Always sit in a relaxed and comfortable position. Relax your shoulders. First breath, breathing in deeply and diaphragmatically, exhale completely. Second breath, breathe in deeply and diaphragmatically, exhale completely. Third breath, always breathing in through the nostrils. You can exhale through the mouth if you choose. Breathing diaphragmatically means that the diaphragm is moving in the correct position. It's a muscle below the lobes of the lungs. So the first set, breathing in deeply and diaphragmatically, exhaling completely. We move to the second set. In the second set, you breathe in deeply and diaphragmatically again, and as you exhale with a sigh. Breathing in deeply, exhaling with a sigh, so that all of the air is expelled from the lungs. Breathe in deeply, exhale with a sigh. Third breath, breathe in deeply, exhale with a sigh. Good. Now for the third set of breaths, the feeling on exhalation is a feeling of sinking in. So this time, for 3 breaths, you breathe in deeply, and then on exhalation, you have a feeling of sinking into your chair. First breath, breathe in deeply, diaphragmatically, and as you exhale, feel that feeling of sinking into your seat. Second breath, breathe in deeply, exhale completely, and feel the feeling of sinking into your chair. That feeling comes about as tension is released from the muscles. There really is a feeling of sinking in. To do the Breathing 333, to do it as a consistent practice, you do it for 5 minutes a day. You recycle through each of those 3 sets for a period of 5 minutes. Choose a consistent time, best in the morning, put it right into your practice schedule, and do it basically every day. Okay? Do you have any questions?
Yeah, how do I know if it's working?
Relaxation is a skill. What that means is that as you practice, you learn how to relax. By doing the exercises, you get into a deeper state of relaxation, and eventually the body automatically learns to give up unnecessary tension.
Okay.
The second relaxation method is called autogenic training. In autogenic training, you learn a series of exercises. Each one of the exercises in autogenic training relates to part of the relaxation response. So in a sense, the exercises themselves within autogenic training are targeting the relaxation response. They're bringing it about part by part until you produce relaxation. And that's what makes autogenic training so effective. The first mini exercise within autogenic training has to do with a feeling of heaviness in the extremities, the arms and the legs. And the pattern that you follow is right arm, both arms. Right leg, left leg, both legs.
Okay.
Sit in a comfortable and relaxed position. Throughout the exercise, breathe deeply and diaphragmatically. First exercise in autogenic training, focusing on the extremities and the feeling of heaviness in the extremities. To start, focus your attention on your right arm and mentally repeat the phrase, my right arm is heavy. My right arm is heavy. Now direct your attention to your left arm. Notice you can shift your attention immediately. Focus on your left arm. Mentally repeat the phrase, my left arm is heavy. My left arm is heavy. Feel the change in sensation as you're repeating that phrase. A sense of heaviness in the left arm.
Focus your attention now on both the left arm and the right arm. Mentally repeat the phrase, both arms are heavy. Both arms are heavy. Let go of any distractions. Focus your full attention. Shift your attention now to your right leg. Mentally repeat the phrase, my right leg is heavy. My right leg is heavy. Now go to your left leg. Direct your attention to your left leg. Let go of any other thoughts or feelings. Put your full attention on your left leg and mentally repeat the phrase, my left leg is heavy. My left leg is heavy. Now focus on both the left and the right leg. Mentally repeat the phrase, both legs are heavy. Both legs are heavy. That's the first exercise in autogenic training. Are you beginning to feel relaxed?
Yes.
Okay. The second exercise, you follow the same pattern. Right arm, both arms. Right leg, left leg, both legs. Only this time, the sensation is the feeling of warmth. So you focus on the part of the body and you mentally repeat the phrase having to do with the sensation of warmth in that area of the body. To start again is the right arm. Focus your attention on your right arm. Mentally repeat the phrase, my right arm is warm. My right arm is warm. Actually feel a change in sensation as you focus your attention and mentally repeat the phrase. Now direct your attention to your left arm. Mentally repeat the phrase, my left arm is warm. My left arm is warm. Now focus your attention on both the left and the right arm. Mentally repeat the phrase, both arms are warm. Both arms are warm. Direct your attention now to the right leg. Create a sensation of warmth and mentally repeat the phrase, my right leg is warm. My right leg is warm. Notice the tempo, not a speedy tempo. Just mentally repeat that phrase at that kind of cadence. My right leg is warm. Switch your attention to your left leg and mentally repeat the phrase, my left leg is warm. My left leg is warm. Now, direct your attention to both the left and the right leg and mentally repeat the phrase, both legs are warm. Both legs are warm. And that's the second exercise within the framework of autogenic training. The third exercise in autogenic training has to do with the heartbeat. You focus your attention on the beating of the heart. As you relax, the chest muscles in the body relax, and you're actually able to detect the sensation of your heartbeat. So this time, again, relaxed, comfortable, breathing deeply and diaphragmatically, and direct your attention to your heartbeat. Mentally repeat the phrase, my heartbeat is calm and regular. My heartbeat is calm and regular. As you become relaxed and move into a balanced state, the heartbeat slows and becomes calm and regular. Focus your attention fully on your heart and the heartbeat, and mentally continue to repeat the phrase, my heartbeat is calm and regular. And that's the third exercise in the autogenic training series. Now with autogenic training, because you're practicing with your attention,
It's an exercise in concentration. You're training yourself to direct your attention in specific ways and to hold that attention and let go of distractions. So with autogenic training, you have concentration training as well as a relaxation practice. So you get double benefits from this exercise.
Okay.
One final thing. You also want to learn how to do a relaxation cue. Immediately following these exercises, the breathing 3-3-3 or autogenic training, you use a relaxation cue. The relaxation cue that we use consists of the non-dominant hand, and for you that would be your left hand because you're right-handed, and the breath. To do the cue, you make a fist with your non-dominant hand. You tense it up and you bring it to a maximum level of tension. Hold it at that maximum level. Now take a deep breath and hold the breath. 1001, 1002, 1003, 1004, 1005. Simultaneously release the tension in the hand, exhale completely, and say, anytime I want to experience a state of relaxation, all I have to do is use my relaxation cue.
Anytime I want to feel the state of relaxation, all I have to do is use my relaxation cue.
Right. Good. What happens is, as you continue to do this cue immediately following the relaxation exercise, is that it ties the cue to the relaxation state, so that when you do the relaxation cue, it triggers the state of relaxation. Now, it's important to practice every day and follow the relaxation by using the relaxation cue.
Okay, I'll practice the relaxation methods followed by the cue, and then when I'm on the field, just the cue.
Right. Did Coach talk to you about learning a couple of procedures?
Yeah, I get this idea about stress level. I've been doing this for so long. I don't have those thoughts of grandeur. You know, like, now is the moment to go out and do your best and win. Now, it's a job. I don't get pumped up before a race unless all the big runners are going to be there.
You know this can be changed. You can learn certain methods to get that jazzed up feeling back. What we're going to cover here is 3 different procedures. One is setting goals, the second one is using message boards, and the third one is called self-activation.
Okay, I'll give it a shot. It's worth a try.
A primary psyching up method is using performance goals. Realistic, measurable performance goals give athletes the feedback they need, which motivates athletes.
Third lap of 3:21. Finish it in with a 4:28.
Performance goals keep the athlete focused on positive objectives in the form of performance skills. During the pre-competition period, performance goals can be mentally reviewed and repeated. Goals should spur an athlete on to extend himself or herself beyond the current level, while at the same time being realistically within the range of achievement in the foreseeable future. Examples of goals for a runner might include, I run a 5-minute mile by June. I run my race following my planned split times. I pass as many people as possible in the last 400 meters. I maintain a targeted heart rate during a 5-mile run. When athletes develop a realistic, achievable series of goals, the goals can create a sense of success and accomplishment, and also act to have the athletes continually strive for the next level in their development. Message boards display slogans or sometimes a phrase or single word. The communication is designed to give athletes a feeling of being charged up and inspired. Athletes can use a personal message board. The messages can be displayed on a board in the athlete's room or written down and carried in a wallet or pocket. As opposed to external methods, which involve activation by an outside source, self-activation is done by the athlete. This method is used by the athlete to increase the level of activation to produce greater energy and intensity. For an athlete, being in a lethargic state is an anathema to peak performance. Movements can become slow and sluggish. Footwork, agility, and anticipation can suffer. Being flat affects mental quickness as well. Self-activation methods involve the athlete making self-statements that are designed to bring about the feeling of being charged up and challenged. The words or phrases that an athlete uses to raise the stress level should be ones that are packed with meaning for that athlete.
Trained long for this. I deserve today. Today's gonna be a good day. There's nobody out there faster than me. I'm gonna be the first one across the finish line.
An athlete should use the gestures that operate for him as intensity-generating signals. For certain athletes, the combinations of phrases and gestures works as an effective way to feel charged up and challenged. Construct your own self-activation technique by choosing statements that charge you up and move you into a higher activation level. Decide if you want to add a gesture. Write down the statements and indicate the gesture for your self-activation method. Use these self-activating techniques in a number of practice sessions to gain a sense of the effect they create. Then, when you are ready, and when needed, you can choose to use a self-activating technique to raise your stress level and to lift your competitive performance.
Each one of these three methods can help you feel more energized and more intense for a competition. Anytime you want to get into that state of readiness and intensity for a competition, use one of these three.
Which one should I use? Does it matter?
You choose the method that's going to be the best one to help you get into that right state for a competition.
I can see how these methods might bring the excitement of racing back for me.
Hi, Andy. How are those psyching up methods working?
Pretty good. I like focusing on a goal.
Good. Do you use this at a consistent time of day to review your goal?
Yeah, right at the end of the warm-up stretches in the morning before I run. I just take a couple of deep breaths, then I see myself running well. I feel strong and determined. I hit the splits I'm aiming for all the way through. I have that powerful, energized, and focused feeling. Then I finish right on the target time. When I reach this target time, I feel great, happy, excited.
Good. And the other methods?
I use the message board idea. I have statements on a card like you said. I'm tough. I have the stuff. I picture my goal, then I read the statements.
Hey Laura, how'd you feel about the race on Saturday?
I felt great. I did the exercises, and I felt a lot more relaxed before the race.
Good. Hello, Coach. How are those two athletes, Laura and Andy, doing?
I see some real progress. Laura's able to control her energy now. She can be as calm as she was before last week's race.
And Andy?
And Andy knows how to be more energized when he needs to be, and he can still stay focused.
What about your stress level? Are you able to target and hit your peak level? Or are you flat before an event like Andy was?
Or do you experience a situation of having too much stress and being over-psyched like Laura? You can regulate your stress level. You can use relaxation methods to bring the stress level down and feel more calm, or psyching up methods in order to feel more activated and intense. Use these regulatory tools and you can hit your target level. Continue your practices over time, and your ability to hit the target stress level improves and becomes more precise. Plus, over time, practice results in consistency so that you can hit the desired energy state time after time.
If you want to hit your target, you need to control your stress.